Hello everyone, this is Jose from City of Cars. Today we're going to be doing another walk around review, this time on a 22 Ford Mustang Mach-E GT all-wheel drive. Man, that's a lot of words. But what that means for you is that because it is a GT, this is going to be the Mach-E's performance version of it, which is going to give you about 480 horsepower, 600 foot-pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds, and it still weighs about 5,000 pounds, which is actually crazy to me that it still does 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. And I gotta say, they've done a really good job with the suspension system and the brakes to make it not feel like it's 5,000 pounds. Also, it's gonna be great in the winter, obviously, with the all-wheel drive being a heavy vehicle. Definitely a really cool car. As far as range, you get about 270 miles. And here's the cool part. It can charge from 0% to 80% in about 48 minutes, which is not bad at all. And I gotta say, this actually looks really good. I mean, just walking around the vehicle, I mean, it definitely has some really cool styling cues that I think most people will appreciate. But let's go ahead and get into the interior of the vehicle. So to open it up, just press this little button here. That's gonna open up the door for us. If you look right here, you are gonna get memory seating, obviously your window controls, folding mirrors, all the fun stuff that you would expect to find. It does have the blind spot monitoring system. And this little guy's really cool. That's actually how you open the door. That is the door handle itself. You're gonna be welcomed by a GT logo as soon as you walk in. The seats are all gonna be textured, GT logo embroidered into that glove box, which is kind of cool. You do have a 12 volt in there, some practicality space, wireless charging pad. So again, very well loaded vehicle. If you look right here, even the speakers, it's kind of a cloth material that just kind of gives it some more of a luxury look to it. I mean, even the dash here, I mean, you can see the attention to detail. They did a really phenomenal job on this interior. But let's go ahead and take a peek here. This is going to be your rotary dial. So if you want to put it, for example, in reverse, that's how that works right there. So obviously you get a bird's eye view of the camera. You can kind of see what's going on behind you. And let's go ahead and reverse out of here so you can kind of see that in action. And being that it is an SUV, typically you can't do this type of stuff in a regular Mustang because you don't have the ground clearance for it, but not in a Mach-E. You got ground clearance, which is kind of cool. So makes it very easy to back up, see exactly where you're at. In here we got a couple of rocks here, so it's always scary kind of going through that little turn, but with this camera system makes it very simple and easy. But let's go ahead and put our seatbelts on. Boink. Take it for a little virtual test drive. Got it in drive. Let's see how this actually drives out. Now, it does have a one pedal drive that you can turn on and off. If you don't know what that is in electric vehicles. You don't actually have to press the brake. You just let go of the pedal and it slows down the car for you. Now, that is going to save you a ton of money on your brake pads and also recharges the vehicle as you actively drive, which is kind of cool. But let's go ahead. First impressions, taking the drive. I can't believe this thing's 5,000 pounds. I mean, it's so effortlessly takes off when you press the gas. The turning is just like, it doesn't feel like a 5,000 pound car. I mean, they did a superb job as far as the suspension system to keep this planted on the road. I mean, you barely turn the wheel, it's going to react for you. Definitely a great job by Ford. I'm going to hit the brakes. You can see it stops straight. And you can tell this thing's got 600 foot-pounds of torque. I'm barely putting weight on the gas pedal and it gets up to speed. I can't even imagine what happened if I planted it down. And we're gonna go ahead and go back through here. So definitely some power. I mean, I would say being on all seasons, if you were to floor this thing, you're definitely gonna get the tires to chirp. That's a lot of power in this. So definitely a very fun car to drive. Does have the panoramic sunroofs. I'll show that here in a second. Let's go ahead and just pull this back where we found it. So we're gonna park it right on the side here. Here we go. But very comfortable car to drive. Go ahead and put it back in park. Here we go. And I do got a copy of the window sticker here. So if you can see, it does have the panoramic sunroof. That's got the BlueCruise, which is essentially Ford's version of adaptive cruise. What that means is that when you're on the highway, you can hit cruise control, and this is going to actively keep you in your lane. It's going to brake. It's going to keep you at speed. So it's basically like autonomous driving, but not fully. It's kind of like the Cadillac's Super Cruise, only they call it BlueCruise. So it will allow it to basically self-drive on the highway, which is definitely nifty. Taking a peek at the panoramic sunroof. I want to say it's fixed glass. I don't think it can open up, but you got to love the styling cues that they put on this. Definitely very, very cool. Taking a peek underneath here. Obviously, you got a mirror, and this actually slides. I always say that's very important. I hate it when cars don't have that. This one certainly does. Taking a peek in the glove box. All your owner's manual, the original window sticker is still in here, which is definitely nice. So you can see the highway mileage ratings there. Boom. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the back. We're gonna go ahead and actually shut it off. There we go. And again, to pull and open up the door, you just pull on that little handle. Let's take a peek at the back seat area. It's kind of nice. As soon as you press on that button, it kind of just pops open the door for you. So we have these folded down right now, but you can see obviously you have the ability to fold that down and give you some additional storage space. I'm gonna put that back up. Taking a peek at the seats. It does give you the option of having this little guy here to rest your arms and additional cup holders. You got a Type-C and a USB as well as air vents. Definitely a nice comfortable interior. Let's take a peek in here. We open it up. Where is? There it is. It's going to be a power tailgate. So as you can see here, got plenty of room. You do got a privacy shield that you can take on and off if you didn't want that there, but around this time of year you want to hide those Christmas presents, so that is always useful. A little bit of additional storage space for whatever you need. Looks like it's got a little built-in subwoofer there, but definitely a really nice car overall. Now it is a pre-owned vehicle, so I do want to kind of point out a couple things. I did see this little guy right here, so you got a couple scratches from probably opening up the tailgate and it's catching on something. Let's see, that's all good. Let's see if I find anything else that's worth noting on here. Got a couple little rock chips here and there, but nothing major. Tires are all good. Car overall is actually really, really nice. All in all, let's take a peek at the actual miles. Let's go ahead and open that here. Nice little Ford animation, but you got 27,929 miles on the clock on the odometer on this vehicle. So definitely cool. Pretty low mileage car. You do get 2 sets of keys with this vehicle. Pull them out of my pocket, and you can see right there, 2 sets of keys, and you do get the code for the obviously the touch door pad, so you can access the car just like any Ford would. So let us know if you have any questions about this vehicle. Obviously, if I missed something, feel free to shoot me a message. I'd be glad to do a follow-up. And other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day.